Hope you all fine. Myself Kasturi from AD Department, SNS College of Engineering. So in this video, we are going to see about how we are estimating the manufacturing cost. So in product development, estimating the manufacturing cost is a critical process. It helps the processors determine the financial feasibility for producing a new product. So estimating manufacturing cost early in the design phase ensures that the product can be produced at a competitive price without sacrificing its quality, functionality or performance. So the key factors affecting the manufacturing cost estimation are first one is the material cost. So the manufacturing cost of a product depends on various factors, some of which are inherent in the design process, while others are related to the materials, labor and production techniques used. So we are going to discuss one by one. So first one is the material cost. So material cost is nothing but it is the cost of raw materials directly influences the overall manufacturing cost. So materials include metals, plastics and other composites to create a product. So DFM encourages mostly the use of standard or readily available materials to reduce the cost. So second one is the labor cost. So labor cost include direct labor workers directly involved in the product development and supervisors, quality control, etc. So the design's complexity, number of parts and assembly methods significantly impact the labor cost. So the third one is the manufacturing overhead. So manufacturing overhead cost includes utilities like electricity, water, depreciation of the machinery, factory rent and other indirect costs required for the production. So these costs are generally fixed, meaning they do not vary significantly with number of units produced, but they should still be included in the overall estimation. So the next one is the tooling cost. So tooling cost involve the development and maintenance of molds, dies, jigs, fixtures and other tools required to produce the product. So next one is the machine setup and production time. So the time and cost involved in setting up machines for production, including calibration, testing and adjustments are key factors in the cost estimation process. So the sixth one is the transportation and logistics. So transportation costs include shipping raw materials to the factory and shipping the finished products to distributors or customers. So these are all involved in the transportation cost. Designing products with the considerations for packaging and transportation efficiency can lower the logistics cost. So next one is the quality control and inspection cost. So these costs are associated with the inspecting the products to meet the quality standards, including testing, inspection and rework. Okay. So the eighth one is the waste and scrap. So waste refers to the materials and time lost during the manufacturing process due to inefficiencies, defects or other design issues. So what are the methods of estimation manufacturing cost? First one is the analogous estimating. So it is a comparative estimating. So this method involves comparing the new product with the similar products previously manufactured by the company. By using historical data from similar designs, manufacturers can estimate the expected cost for the new product. So second one is the parametric estimating. Okay, so this method uses mathematical models or formulas that correlate the key design parameters such as the material, weight or dimensions with known cost data from similar products. The third one is the Monte Carlo simulation. So this statistical method uses random sampling and computational modeling to simulate various cost scenarios based on uncertainty in key cost drivers. So for example, material cost, labor rates or production times. Fourth one is the bottom-up estimating. So in bottom-up estimating, manufacturing costs are calculated by estimating the cost of individual components and processes. Okay. So the fifth one is the cost per unit estimation. So this method involves calculating the cost per unit based on the volume of the production. So the steps to estimate manufacturing cost using DFM principle. So first one is the analyze design for manufacturability. So it uses DFM principles to evaluate the complexity of the design. So the more complex a design, the higher the labor and tooling cost will be simple. Okay. So assess material requirements. Select materials that are cost effective, readily available and suited to the intended manufacturing processes. Third one is the evaluate manufacturing processes. So determine which manufacturing process, for example casting, injection molding, CNC machining will be used to produce the product. Some processes are more expensive than others, so choose the most suitable ones based on the design. The fourth one is the estimate labor and overhead cost. Consider the labor time needed to produce each component and assemble the product. The more parts that need to be handled or assembled, the higher the labor cost. So fifth one is the consider tooling and setup cost. So factor in the cost of creating molds, dies or jigs and the setup time for production. These are included there. And account for waste and scrap. Estimate the expected waste or scrap generated during production due to inefficiency, defects or material limitations. Seventh one is the determine fixed and variable cost. So classify cost into fixed cost and variable cost. Okay. So calculate how these costs will scale the production volume. So in overall, estimating manufacturing cost is a crucial aspect of product development, and by applying DFM principles, designers can optimize the product's manufacturability while minimizing the cost. So DFM techniques help reduce material waste, simplify manufacturing processes and enhance the overall efficiency of the production. By integrating manufacturability cost estimation early in the design process, companies can ensure that their products are not only functional and high quality but also cost effective and competitive in the market. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.